Housing is more than just a place to live. In Canada, housing is a human right. Everyone should be able to live in a home that is safe, affordable, accessible, meets their needs, and supports their dignity. This includes people with disabilities. Canada has recognized the right to housing in the National Housing Strategy Act. Canada has also committed to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. People with disabilities have the same rights as everyone else, including equal access to housing. But many people with disabilities still face serious housing barriers. Homes are not accessible. Housing costs are too high. People are forced into unsafe housing, institutions, or homelessness because of a lack of supports. These barriers affect their health, safety, well-being, and their lives. The Canadian Human Rights Commission and the Federal Housing Advocate are monitoring the right to housing for people with disabilities. We developed a framework that tracks housing outcomes and examines how governments are addressing these issues. It looks at 11 key areas, including homelessness, institutionalization, accessibility, and affordability. People with disabilities shaped this framework through their feedback and lived experience. The findings show that people with disabilities face significant barriers. They include a lack of physical supports in their homes and disproportionate rates of homelessness and unaffordable housing. People with disabilities are 4 times more likely to experience homelessness. They were also more likely to live in inadequate housing in need of major repairs, or with unsafe drinking water or poor air quality. They are not getting the support they need to live independently, like help with bathing, cooking, and cleaning. Others face barriers to services because of where they live or because of inaccessible transportation. This work also identified data gaps. For example, many people with disabilities are left out of surveys, like people living in institutions, experiencing homelessness, and children. These gaps make it hard to know the real situation and which groups face the most barriers. This framework is an accountability tool. It shows where governments need to act to meet their human rights obligations. We will continue to advocate for the rights of people with disabilities in Canada. We call on Canada to use the framework and findings, both to improve how it is meeting the housing needs of people with disabilities and to measure whether its actions are making a real difference in people's lives. Housing is more than 4 walls and a roof. Everyone deserves the right to a home that is safe, affordable, and accessible, including people with disabilities.